Welcome to 1407 Graymalkin Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. Okay, I'm doing something I haven't done before. Marvel Voices, X-Men #1. Now, these are a bunch of short stories with an introduction from Vita Ayala. Trash. That kind of hurt. That knocks like a quarter point for me. We got a bunch of people. We got Rafael Dason and Carilana Muniz, Sarah Kuhn and Jorge Corona, Al Ewing and Gustavo Vargas, Kyle Jay Jordan with Wilton Santos. I'm excited about that. Hollywood Ending by Greg Pak and Daniel Bias. Evil Mutants by Well, okay, we'll get into that later. And Jan Bazuda and Marcelo Costa with Nija Mignon. Okay. All right, so the first story is Gambit and Rogue. Gambit is making a deal with the Thieves Guild. He's doing him. And then we get Rogue. Rogue, who is nagging. Oh my God! Why do you?
Let me tell you about this witness. She likes to sound like a nagging wife. I'm a nag. I'm nag. You see what happens when you go off without me? You get in the shit. Oh, please, like shit don't happen when you're there.
Can you tell me what we're doing? Oh my, like, why is Rogue? How does Rogue become the nag in her own relationship? Like, I don't get it. But like, she can nag on Gambit, but like Gambit's not allowed to question her at all about her really shady. I don't even call them mothers. I call them groomers. Because they literally train her to be a child soldier. Like, they didn't train her for do anything else except use her powers in attack mode. Xavier, he taught you how to be creative with your powers, but he also taught you how to defend yourself. So, we find out that Gambit actually had a whole date night planned, and it seems like we keep on trying to recreate X-Men 4, which is supposed to be like the big highlight of their relationship. All right, cool. Second is with Jean and Emma. They pass the test of not being able to talk about men, but they don't talk about anything real. I have not been this annoyed. Nah, okay, I've been more annoyed. But we never see them talk about anything real. It's just like, how would it be if our lives were different, like we were actually allowed to be kids? Who cares? Like, these two would never hang out in real life. Never. Because like, if this was it would have been Storm. If the team building, it would have been Storm and Jean, because they go back together like high top fades. They've been hanging out. But Jean and Emma, they wanted them to have this kind of like Betty and Veronica thing going, and it's gross. Then we get Port Prometheus on Arakko. This story is with Iceman, Kobach, and Solemn. Now, a lot of people on Twitter are saying like, "Oh, I was happy to see a down low dude get his." Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not so quick on I want to defend Solemn, because we don't know what the whole situation is. We don't know why he was hated. They make it seem like he was hated because he was a hedonist. No, he's kind of a dick. He's a real dick. So we don't really know what happened. But apparently it really kind of at low key touches on why War hates Solemn. But we get a lot of people are just like, oh, well, like he was in the right because they're like, you know what I got for this? Solomon is very sensitive. He can't, he doesn't know how to just let it go because, all right, this is just me. I was taught anybody can say what they want about you, but as long as they don't put their hands on you, fuck them. Who cares? Because they hate you because they ain't you. That's all you need to do. Like, you could have been, there's so many ways he could have gone about this. So many ways. And then they ended with Kobach and Solemn like getting angry at each other, and then they're turning each other on. And I'm just like, is this what they think being a gay man is? Like, you can just go up to anybody, be like, I want that. And I don't get it. Like this, it's pandering. It's trying to say like he was wrong. He wasn't wrong because he was defending himself. He wasn't defending himself. He was looking for a fight. He intentionally went over there looking to kill people. Okay, Jay, Jay, I love it. I'm trying to get him on the show. This one, cryotherapy, is probably one of my favorites, but it's also kind of like it. It's there's like a couple of things that's wrong, and which is no continuity. We see Storm and Iceman like train with their powers, something we don't see anymore. And this takes me back to Uncanny X-Men 340 when it was I got it right here. Iceman goes to Storm and he's asking her, "Can you help me use my powers?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll do that. We'll make that happen. But like, I'm not taking it easy on you." And this entire thing, like this story kind of negates the whole thing with Iceman because it kind of says that, oh, he can never take her. Like, no, Iceman will mop the floor with Storm. Iceman is way more powerful than Storm. They say, oh, you can flash freeze somebody. Like, yeah, well, he can flash freeze your insides. What are you talking about? Like, put some respect on Iceman's name. It's like he's up there, but like he gets a Storm and he can't get past it. It's really annoying. We see Iceman get more creative with his powers, and we kind of see that Storm doesn't. Like now, a lot of people think that Storm is an Omega level mutant, means she can control all forms of energy. That is not true. She is a weather manipulator who can create atmospheres. Now, like, can she kind of tap into some energy? Kinda, but not to the extent of this. Like, Storm has never been really creative with her powers. I would love to see her like just do something different because everything it says like she's the weather lady. All it is. We get some nice little stuff in here, but it's it's whatever. Oh, and also this whole thing that like, oh, Storm and Magneto knew each other really well. No. She hated him. He didn't he thought she was cool, but she hated him because remember, she believed in Xavier and she believed that Magneto was the bad guy. She and Magneto have never really been on the same side on anything until recently. Yeah, recently. And the only and before you say Utopia, she was there because Cyclops asked her to be there, not because like she wanted to be. She didn't even want to be on that team. Okay, next one. A story based on Jubilee doing like an arms deal with Yuriko. Yuriko, yeah. Oh, or okay, the Lady Deathstrike, not Wolverine's friend. This whole book just tells me that Jubilee's aunt just left her out to dry. She was 13 years old. She needed a home, and her is like, it was too dangerous for me. Really? You couldn't put her up somewhere? What is wrong with you? So I kind of like I feel bad for Jubilee because she doesn't know that she was legitimately left behind. Uh Next one. Jay editing, writing Mystique and Destiny in the Brotherhood. Now, it is no secret that how I feel about Jay and Miles explaining the X-Men. I think they're hacks. They don't know what they're doing. Jay doesn't really like black people. But I will say she does do a really good job with this. Like she shows that Destiny and Mystique she's using Mystique and Destiny as her way to say, I hate men. I hate all men. I don't see men as anything more than cannon fodder, tools, because if you see Blob, Avalanche, and Pyro at she treats them like battered children. Battered children. And it's kind of messed up. But then like Pyro's like, so meeting back here tomorrow? Yes. She's a horrible and like I totally understand it. I totally get like a lot of people think like Avalanche and Pyro were together. Nope. They were trauma bonded. They're brothers. They are trauma bonded by abusive mothers. And this really just shows that Mystique and Destiny ain't shit. Now, the last one, this one actually kind of makes me happy. It makes me not. It's okay. It's not great, but it gives Xavier a slight pat on the back. A slight pat on the back. But a lot of these photos are out of order chronologically. Like, yeah. Like, but overall, okay, the Gambit Rogue one, Rogue's a nag. Rogue has become the nagging wife. Team building with Jean, trash because they don't talk about anything real. It's just like, oh, it's a puff piece. That's exactly okay. The Jean and Emma one, the Jubilee one. Like I say, like 2 or 3 of these puff. The rest of them fan fiction, and one is actually good. 2 are good. 2 are good. So I'm giving this book. I'm just tired of the pandering. I wish we actually get continuity instead of just like fan fiction because Jay. Oh God, I hate Jay editing. Like if I could, I slap both of them in the face because they don't know what they're talking about at all. And just I'm giving this book because of Jay Jordan and also the Al Ewing one. I swear. Al Ewing should be doing better. Like he's supposed to be like one of the he started out so great and now it's just kind of like
Suck dick for coke. I seen him.
It's not great. I'm giving this book like a 2 out of 5 stars. It's cool, but I wanted better writers. I wanted like deep. I wanted deep stuff. I really wanted something out of the storm, out of the Jean and Emma thing. I really wanted something.
Man, this is some bullshit.
Something out of the Iceman Storm thing. Something real. Something like something. Oh, something good. This is 1407 Grey Mountain Lane. See you soon.